The Prime Minister still believes that a Brexit deal with the European Union is the most likely outcome to the negotiations, her spokesman has told reporters. It comes as the possibility of a no-deal Brexit has seen the pound fall to its lowest level against the dollar since September.
At the weekend, the International Trade Secretary Liam Fox said that the UK is now odds-on to leave the EU without a deal.
Let's talk to our political correspondent, Laura Bundock. She didn't put a percentage on it, did she, like the Trade Secretary did at the weekend, Laura? But does it appear, from what you're hearing from sources within Number 10, that the concept of a no-deal Brexit is becoming increasingly likely?
It was more that she was stressing that it was right for Liam Fox, International Trade Secretary, to raise this as an issue. He said at the weekend, you'll remember, that the probability of that no-deal scenario is now 60-40, which he puts down to the intransigence of the European Commission. He says that they have a theological obsession with the unelected in Brussels, which is basically blocking and getting in the way of any kind of deal going through. And today a spokesperson for the Prime Minister agreed pretty much with those comments, saying that we continue to believe that a deal is the most likely outcome because reaching a good deal is not only in the interests of the UK, it's in the interest of the EU and its 27 members as well. However, the Prime Minister's spokesperson also keen to point out that the no deal planning was still very much underway and that they were now really waiting for a response from Europe. They said, we've published the white paper. It represents a significant move by the UK. They now need to respond. We need to see a serious response from the EU. So all the attention, all the focus now back to Europe. No more comment, no more words from that meeting with the French President Emmanuel Macron on Friday. We're told it was a good meeting. They had a good conversation, but absolutely no more detail as to whether or not Theresa May was able to get her case across successfully regarding that white paper. In response today, we've also heard from the European Commission denying this accusation that they're being intransigent, that they're trying to put their ideas and ideology above any efforts to get this deal through. A spokesperson for the European Commission said they're working day and night 24/7 for a deal. She said, indeed, we're working constructively to reach a deal with the United Kingdom. And I think this is also reflected in the fact that the next negotiation round is scheduled for the 16th and 17th of August. That's in a few days' time. An agenda will be published in due course, and the chief negotiator is, as he always has been, by the way, based on the negotiating position agreed by the 27 member states, and that's reflected in the European Commission guidelines. But she stressed there, we are working day and night 24/7 for a deal. So denying those claims that Brussels is trying to block this in some way, and very much stressing the fact that Michel Barnier is working for the collective EU 27 in his negotiating strategy. But of course, this just shows basically how finely balanced negotiations are at the moment, and Britain's hopes that this deal can be struck because time is running out before that next full meeting in Brussels in October.